The prospects improved this afternoon to pass more reforms to Maryland's troubled juvenile justice system.
Yeah, this focus has been intensified on this system after revelations in the notorious Baby K case. He is the teen offender who skipped juvenile probation in Prince George's County with no consequences before escalating to attempting to kill a student on a school bus and then allegedly murdering a woman in D.C.
Our Scott Broom is in Annapolis this afternoon with the latest on what may be changing. Scott.
Well, as of this afternoon, two different versions of juvenile justice reform have survived to be considered by both the House of Delegates and the Senate here in Maryland. That's a moment in a state called crossover, and it does increase the chances that some kind of reform is going to pass. The bills would increase the pressure on the state's troubled and secretive juvenile justice system to reveal more about what's going on. The legislation aims to create a commission with significant subpoena powers to force information out in the open. Here's Senator Will Smith of Montgomery County, the chairman of the powerful Senate Judicial Proceedings Committee. He supports the reforms.
A lot of our legislative efforts focus on holding the system accountable, holding the Department of Juvenile Services accountable. We've got a new juvenile justice monitoring unit that's got subpoena power that's going to be able to look into their operations and evaluate their programming. We've got a commission that's been established that's going to evaluate DJS and meet 6 times a year and produce information back to the General Assembly and to the governor.
Smith is among the legislators outraged by revelations in the case of now 16-year-old Caden Holland. Holland pled guilty as an adult last week to attempting to murder a 14-year-old in a gangland-style attack on a school bus last May. The adult hearings in the case exposed that Holland had been on juvenile probation for gun possession, but skipped all of it without any consequences. One reform would allow the juvenile justice system to automatically extend the probation of non-compliant offenders to do a better job of supervising and holding offenders like Baby K accountable.
The youths are falling through the cracks.
More controversial are reforms that could expose children as young as 10 to charges from DJS for serious felonies. Right now, the cutoff age is 13. Here's civil rights attorney Malcolm Ruff, a legislator from Baltimore, urging caution on going too far.
We need to make sure that we're not criminalizing 10 and 11, 4th, 5th, and 6th grade children for making a mistake that is more than likely the fault of a grown person.
Already there is some pressure on Governor Wes Moore to veto any kind of reforms that may come out, especially if they include charging criminally much younger children. The governor has not said whether or not he'll issue a veto. He says he needs to see final legislation once it's finally done here. Reporting live in Annapolis, Scott Broom, WUSA 9.
You look at this case involving 16-year-old Caden Holland here, Scott, and clearly something has to change. Scott, thank you.